scares the children as they study. As the students retreat in fear, Emma likes her portfolio of work, so he hires her. Chloe seems to be interested as the events unfold. It looks as if Emma is trying to be compassionate to wisses up Emma and drives her to school. All the parents and students are seated in Milo's wind. She says that she was the one who deserved it, and begins insulting Milo nearby. When Milo suggests returning, Emma walks towards him. Suddenly, two girls come running from somewhere, screaming for help. But Milo is dead. The following morning at breakfast, David asks. That night, David isn't home. Emma finds Chloe in David's room she wants. Emma then orders her to get her an ice cream. Chloe calls. David talks to Milo's parents, and finds out that the medal is missing. When they come back home, David is worried about Emma's behavior, and finds several pictures of Emma glaring at Milo. He suspects that Mrs. Ellis claims that someone had seen Emma with Milo in the cliff before. Seeing that Emma is hurt, Mrs. Ellis and the officer leave. Walt takes agitated and yells that Mrs. Ellis hates her. The following day, liquids. Right after, Chloe takes Emma to the street to play with her, building a case against Emma. She knows that Emma did something to Milo. Tells Emma that if they find out what happened to Milo, they will sit Emma in an electric chair. We notice the wasp nest that had been in the ceiling of the outhouse is gone. Then to drive when the camera pans to the back seat. The wasp's nest lies there and a lamp in David's dresser so that Emma can be caught. David is in his bathroom and confronts her about it. Emma lies and makes up a story about Milo giving Angela and asks her to find Emma a therapist. David begins to get nightmares. David comes downstairs and asks Emma to come with him. He takes her to Milo's home. She had had a car accident because of the wasps. David is surprised at Ellis's death and talks about baking cookies with Chloe. David is unsettled at Ellis's death. The following day is Emma's first appointment with her therapist. Emma even fooled a psychiatrist. When the two come back home, David looking at her seductively earlier. She also adds that she can be her stepmother. She also reveals about Chloe wanting to be her stepmother. However, she goes looking for Emma, but cannot find her anywhere. She tries to open it, but it seems to be locked from outside. Just then David comes home to the firefighters and paramedics in his house. They tell him. He sits down in front of her and lovingly asks her if she hurt Milo. Makes an excuse by saying that he was going to report her for taking his medal. She reveals that she pushed her down the stairs because Mrs. Levia grabbed her hand. She yells at David and blames Chloe for trying to be her stepmother. He wants to meet Emma. However, David makes an excuse about her being sick. Inform him that the fire was set deliberately by someone, but they don't know who. Is to solve the situation. The following day, as David is asleep at the lake and stays there. Just then, David wakes up and smells the gas to kill him. He walks up to her and asks her why she did that. Then, we see David crush his medicines. Later, Angela and tells her everything about Emma's wrongdoings, but she doesn't believe him. Her, so that she doesn't kill more people. But he doesn't tell Angela this. Sending the bullet to the pillow beside David. The noise wakes him up and he asks the gun from her hand. Emma quickly takes his phone and calls 911. David breaks open the bathroom door and points his gun at Emma. Just falls down to the ground and dies. The police arrive to cut and smirk, with a cold predatory look on her face. Subscribe.